Hey, folks, we're back. Nobody wants to risk the chance of being embarrassed in front of the nation. No, I'm not talking about Alabama last night against Clemson. Oh, that's great material. But tonight, the Democrats' nerves are shot that they may risk embarrassment in front of the nation with the President of the United States. People may tune in. There's this chance of him being presidential. There's this chance of a backdrop of, this guy can be presidential. When things get serious and things get on the line, he comes to the American people from the Oval Office and says, enough is enough and I must do something as your president of the United States. They're shot. Their nerves are shot. Let me tell you what else their nerves are shot about, because we are on number 16. We are on Ginsburg watch. And I don't mean knives. I don't mean getting a set of Ginsburg knives. That's Ginsu. Well, whatever, right? Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Okay? Missed oral arguments while recovering from cancer surgery. Can we get somebody to run over to the house and check and see if Ginsburg's alive? We need to know. Inquiring minds. Oh, their nerves are shot. You think their nerves are shot? You think their nerves are shot, okay? Because you tell me who's next in line. See, the president didn't want to roll that dice the last time when he went with Kavanaugh. I think there's a little Catholic girl that's waiting in the wings for that next nomination. It's going to freak them out. You know who that little Catholic girl is. I think she was a law professor out there at Notre Dame or Notre Dame, whatever the hell, But I'll tell you what, it'd be more than a hunchback ringing the bell if we can't find Ginsburg. Oh, their nerves are shot. We're on Ginsburg watch. She missed oral arguments. Just saying. Number 19, Ruth Bader Ginsburg missed oral arguments while recovering from cancer. Absent from the Supreme Court. I think we need to get a visual. And if they prop her up and she looks like she's sleeping at home, you know how she sleeps during oral arguments? I mean, like if she'd have been there, she'd have been sleeping during oral arguments. You know how she sleeps during the State of the Union. If we go by and we check, okay, if we go by to check to see if she's still alive, just saying, and they've got her propped up in there like she's sleeping. We need to run and put the little, mirror under the nose, see if it fogs up. We need to check for the fog. Yeah, she's alive. Need to check. I'm just saying. Okay. So, and you think tonight, you think the border, you think $5.7 billion? Whoa, if Trump gets another pick with this one here, whew. So we're on Ruth Bader Ginsburg watch. Now, who gives the response tonight? I just want to say this because I want to have a little fun with this, okay? Who is going to come out and give this Democrat response? Now, if they've already released it in the media, let me know. I haven't had a chance to go look. But I'd like to see. I think they should let number 2, okay? I think they should let this Muslim congresswoman that we changed the rules since like 1834 or something. The rule has been no head coverings in Congress, but now we can wear religious head covering, okay? So I think maybe they should let her expose her to the entire nation, okay? Or what about this one, number 3? And she can go on there and say the effing president wants to put an effing wall on the border. And I said to my son, baby, we're going to impeach the MFer. What about her? Let's let the nation meet her. Our second Muslim congresswoman. Let's let the nation meet her. Maybe. Or none other than their new star, number 4. Crazy Eyes McGinty. No, that's not Crazy Eyes. Well, that's Crazy Eyes. Holy smoke. You know, this is staring right back at me. Maybe she should look at the American people like that. This president wants to build a wall. Just saying. Please get that off. I mean, I don't care what you go to. How about... all right, so anyhow. Here's what, let's go through, they went to, Trump said, he had talked to the other presidents, all right? And I'm telling you, just on and on, Trump says, I've talked to the other presidents about building the wall, and they all agree we need a border. We need border security, and we need a barrier. So here's what the media did. They went to number 10. Former president denies Trump's claim. George W. Bush Clinton denied discussing border wall. Okay, number 11. Another picture. Former president denies Trump's claim. Let's go to number 12. Okay, former president denies. George W. Bush and Clinton denied discussing the wall. Okay, then number 13. The Carter Center, because Jimmy is like 97 and a half years old. They tweeted out, I have not discussed the border wall with President Trump and do not support him on the issue. Jimmy Carter, that one was important. And then this one is in limbo. How low can you go, Democrats and CNN? Number 14. Right now they're saying Obama's not released a statement on whether Trump talked to him about a border wall. So they put all of them up, but they say former presidents deny Trump's claim. I mean, this is all this guy's going to do, okay? Number 17, Trump declares national security crisis at the border. National security crisis at the border. So let's go through a couple things that they are trying to paint an ugly picture of, and let me see where I have that. Give me number 20. Partial government shutdown enters day 18. They have a TSA agent checking your passport, checking your ticket. They may not come to work, okay? Let's go to the... I just want to show you some of the things that they were putting up, some of the propaganda pieces that they're using this morning on several of the networks. Let's go to number 41. So what they did is they went to everywhere they could to find a sign saying that they're closed. Because of the lapse in federal appropriations, the White House Visitor Center is closed. Area closed. That's one. Let's go to number 42. Now let's stick on this. Federal workers will miss Paycheck Friday. Okay. 800,000 employees and their families will have to do without. Now here is the thing. Is CNN, MSNBC, ABC... I don't think it bothers them at all to write 800,000 employees and their families will have to do without. I think if they realized what they were really doing, and I know how that sounds, that I go in here and I say, yeah, they have an agenda. But at 5:02 this morning, if they realized what they're doing is they're exposing the American people that a partial shutdown equals 800,000 people. Now, like I said on the show yesterday, the true problem here, and my hope is that Trump goes the complete distance with it, okay? You remember, it's like when Schwarzkopf, was that his name? When we went to push Iraq out of Kuwait and we stopped, we didn't go to Baghdad then, we didn't go the first time, and we said, hey, we reached the agenda, so we left the mandate and what we said we were going to do. I would like to see, here's what I'd like to see. I hope we don't just get $5.7 billion for a wall and move on. I would really love to see this be an opportunity for the President of the United States to take a chance at overhauling so many things. I'm hoping the President of the United States sees this as an opportunity, because here's the thing, okay? 800,000 employees and their families will have to do without. Without what? It's like they didn't finish the sentence. What will they have to do without? Will they have to cut back on their cable next month, like ordinary Americans, the people out here in the private sector? Will they have to do without that extra family outing meal like us out here in the private sector? Will they have to make some changes in their life? Because let me tell you what a federal worker has. And there are needs in some areas for us to have federal workers. That's a long show in itself, so quit yelling. But let me tell you something. They have no fear whatsoever on the 1st and the 15th, or whatever it is they get those 2 checks a month, that their employer, okay, will have a bad month and not be able to make payroll. They live in no fear that the phones will stop ringing and people will stop ordering whatever they order from the company, and the office manager comes in and says, we have to cut 3 salespeople, or we have to cut 4 people in the warehouse, sales are not up, or we have to cut your hours. They know nothing about that. Nothing whatsoever. Okay? So when you say do without what? Now, yesterday I read an article to you that you can go to Forbes magazine. I think it was written last Friday, okay? And nowhere in any of this talk, and I certainly hope the president has an opportunity to really make his case tonight to the American people. And know what you're going to say, well, the crisis on the border and the government shutdown needs to be the priority. I disagree, okay? I disagree. I read this article yesterday to you. Now we have 2 years data. We have 2 years data to compare Barack Hussein Obama to Donald John Trump, okay? And Obama's first 2 years, government grew 6-1, outpacing manufacturing. 6-1. Which did what? Democrats' dreamboat. What did it do? It continued to make more people beholden to your local, city, state, and federal government. All government included in this study. 6-1 outpaced manufacturing. So many of you are living in counties that if you combine your county employees, your city employees, okay, your Board of Education employees, don't get upset if you combine everybody together, your county government is the largest employer. And I mean the entire county government, whether under the umbrella, city, your cities, your Board of Education, meaning all of your schools, your teachers, administrators, superintendent, okay, and your county itself, road, courthouse, whatever, if you combine those 3, you're living in a county where the largest employer is not the manufacturer that used to be down the road, or not 3 other companies combined that are in your county. Many of you are living in counties now that the government is the #1 employer in the county by the time you put everything together. EMS, I mean, they work for the government. And the first 2 years of Barack Hussein Obama, the dependency, they want the dependency on the government. And the dependency went up 6-1 versus manufacturing in 2 years alone. In 2 years alone, Trump flipped that 5-1 in the opposite direction. Manufacturing is growing 5 times faster than government. I thought that's what we wanted, Republicans. Don't get on the debt, the national debt. Okay, that's one that we cannot talk about today. It's not Donald Trump's fault that the national debt is raking up as fast as it can. But President Trump went 5-1. He's changed that. That has flipped. Manufacturing's outpacing government dependency, 5-1 growth. They can't take that. That's what this is exposing. Federal workers will miss paychecks Friday. Guess what it is? Okay? I'm going to tell you something. There's no better time. There's no better time. There are stories where, I think out in Indiana, somebody sent me a story yesterday, I read in an article. There are stories where food stamp cards are not working. They're not working. I'm just going to tell you this. It is absolutely a perfect time to figure out who the able-bodied Americans are that may be able to get off their ass and fill one of the many jobs that we need people to work in, whether it is in the restaurant industry, the janitorial services, like with a mop, damn it. I don't care if you are white. Guess what? But I'm white. I don't give a rat's. Okay? You could actually be white and mop the floor. It would work, okay? Or you could actually be white and cut grass. You could actually be white and do the dishes. You can do that, okay? I'm sorry, nothing makes me madder than sorry-ass white people. Daggone it, I know I always go too far. One step too far. Reel it back in, man. Where's the medication when you need it? But anyhow, here's the thing, okay? It's a perfect time, I'm not joking, to expose the able-bodied people that could go out and do some sort of job. Hey, but we have people that need their food and children. Right, let's sort through who they are. It's a perfect time. It's a perfect time to find out how many of these 800,000 people and which ones we need to truly let go. It's a great time. They can find a job. They would be able to find a job. Let them go. Bring back whoever they need. We have a way to make the tax refunds. That was all a lie, folks. The government will make your tax refund. It'll come back to it. You'll get your tax refund. Okay? And maybe right now we realize, hey, to me, here's what we need. We need some border security. We need airport security. We need somebody to pick up the trash. I think we can start figuring out of the 800,000 really needs to come back. It's one of those things, we don't need all of them to come back. Wouldn't it be nice if 800,000 employees, if 400 went out in the private sector? You can get a job. Went out in the private sector and maybe only 400,000 came back. Wouldn't that be awesome? I think this exposes more than the Democrats want you to know. And I think it's a perfect time for Trump to take advantage of this. Folks, let me tell you something. If you don't understand what was built around Washington, D.C. in the last 10 years, go out to just take the interstate 60-something or 60 or whatever it is, out of D.C., out through Virginia, towards Winchester, Virginia. Go down through Alexandria. Go down through there. Look at the subdivisions that they built. And they're not cheap houses. There's 300,000 is the poor side of town. These are 375, 425. And they're government workers. Oh, there's no reason that you don't understand why Northern Virginia is blue. Look what they've done. Number 43, area closed. Okay? Look at the car with their little camping gear. Area's closed. Sorry, folks. Moose should have told you. Number 44, this is what they're trying to paint a picture. All Smithsonian museums and National Zoo are closed today due to the government shutdown. I'll guarantee you in the National Zoo there's a provision to feed the animals. Okay? And yes, oh, children, we can't go to the Smithsonian this weekend. I was going Thursday. Well, that's got to change. Okay? Number 45, this is what they're actually doing. And I don't know if they're trying to, whose sympathy they're trying to get. The National Air and Space Museum is closed today. Okay? This changes everything for me. I did not realize we had plans to go to the National Air, and when they reopen, I mean, there's no way I can't reschedule that once it's reopened. All right, my life will never be the number 46. This is their prize picture right here. You know, 2:03 a.m. They start right out of the box with this. Trump TV speech on immigration tonight, also visiting the border. But what's the picture in the background? The picture is of trash, which I still said yesterday, who are these people who keep throwing the trash? Don't you realize the damn trash can's full? I mean, I can't take this. What the hell's wrong with you? I want to know who the hell the people are that rode by and said the trash can's full. But he's taking a little ride there with his little boy, and he's going by the trash can, and trash is everywhere. And I mean, and they've got their head protective gear on. That's what's wrong with us, guys. You ever figured it out? I mean, we didn't have bicycle helmets. I'm not going to go down that road, but we all know what's wrong with us. We didn't have bicycle helmets, all right? So there's the trash, and now here is a nice one, number 47. Right out of the box, 2:03 a.m. this morning. It means 5 o'clock in the morning. First thing, TV speech on immigration tonight. Washington Monument with the 2 trash cans, right? They are disgusting. One more, number 48. The National Gallery of Art is closed. The Gallery of Art is closed. That's what the problem is here. Gallery of Art. And Democrats wanting their equal time. Well, folks, let me tell you something, and we're going to get back to the crisis and why the president is going to address the nation tonight, okay? Why he's addressing the nation, and I do want to do something about last night as far as the Imagine Dragons there. Now, here's the lie, okay? Number 25. NBC has new information that Trump immigrants in terror database stopped at the by CBP. First half of 2018, 6 on the southern border, 41 on the northern border. So they're working so hard to tell you that Trump's statistics is their lies, okay? But let me show you this, and let's talk about this when I come back. And do a roundup. Josh, give me number 1. $7,016 within a year has gone to $25,172. We'll explain why this is the national crisis and it needs to be just enough. Okay? Take us to break, Josh.